Hi, my name is Linda Rashte. I am 15 years old. I study in Dubai National School Dwar branch in the 10th grade, and today I am going to be explaining the momentum and impulse lesson. Our objectives for today is to introduce momentum and impulse and solve some questions about them. So let's start. Let's start with momentum. Momentum can be defined as mass in motion. All objects have mass, so if an object is moving, then it has momentum. It has its mass in motion. The amount of momentum that an object has is dependent upon two variables: how much stuff is moving and how fast the stuff is moving. So the formula of momentum is P equals mv, where P is momentum and the SI unit of it is kilograms times meter per second. And it is a vector quantity, which means that it has both direction and magnitude. And m is mass, and the SI unit of it is always in kilograms, and it is a scalar quantity, which means that it has only a magnitude, not a direction. And v is velocity. The SI unit of it is meter per second. Velocity is a vector quantity, which means that it has both direction and magnitude. Momentum is directly proportional to mass and to velocity, which means that when mass increases by 2, the momentum increases by 2. And when velocity increases by 4, momentum also increases by 4. Let's solve some questions about momentum. A deer with a mass of 146 kg is running head-on toward you with a speed of 17 meters per second. You are going north. Find the momentum of the deer. Our first step is to list the given, which is the mass and the velocity. In here, our mass is 146 and the velocity is 17 meters per second north. Then we will put our formula, which is the formula of momentum, which is P equals mv. Then we will replace m with 146 and v with 17, which will give us 2,482 kilograms times meter per second south. In here we put south because in the question it said that we are going north and we want to find the deer, and the deer is running toward us, which means the opposite of north, which is south. Next, we will talk about the impulse momentum theorem. The change in momentum, which is P, equals the impulse, which is F times delta T. The change means final minus initial. So P final minus P initial. And we said that P equals mv. So mv final minus mv initial will give us the impulse momentum theorem. And we can simplify it by saying that m times v final minus v initial will equal to the impulse, which is F times delta T. Let's solve some questions about impulse. A 0.50 kilogram football is thrown with a velocity of 15 meters per second to the right. A stationary receiver catches the ball and brings it to rest in 0.020 seconds. What is the force exerted on the receiver? So our first step is to list the given, which is mass, V initial, V final, delta T, and we need to find F. Our mass here is 0.50 kilogram, and the V initial is 15 meters per second to the right, and the V final is 0 because it said that it will bring it to rest, and rest in physics means that it is 0. And the delta T is 0.020 seconds, and we need to find the force. The second step is to list our formula. In here, they want us to know the impulse momentum theorem, and the formula of it is, as we said previously, m times v final minus v initial equal to the impulse. And then we will replace normally. We'll put 0.50 in the place of m, and 0 for the v final, and v initial 15, and for delta t 0.020. Put it on the calculator and it will give you 375 newtons to the left. Another question we have, a 0.40 kilogram soccer player, a soccer ball approaches a player horizontally with a velocity of 18 meters per second to the north. The player strikes the ball and causes it to move in the opposite direction with a velocity of 22 meters per second. What impulse was delivered to the ball by the player? Our first step is to list the given, the M, the V initial, the V final. The M here is 0.40 kilogram, the V initial is 18 meters per second to the north, the V final is 22, and here they said the V final will go to the south, and south indicates negative in the y-axis, so we'll put it as negative 22. Our second step is to list what we shall found. In here we need to find the impulse, which is F delta T, as we said previously. Step 3, list the formula. The change in P equals the impulse, which is mv final minus v initial. And the step 4, we will replace m with 0.40, v final with negative 22, and v initial with 18, which will give us negative 17. And here we need to put the direction because it's an impulse, and impulse is a vector quantity. So our final answer will be 16 kilograms times meter per second to the south. Thank you for listening.